This conference will now be recorded.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to share my screen. Yeah, usually in this entire course, will be what was the motto of this course? Usually, we need to test in applications, whatever might be. Okay, we need to test the web applications using automation. To do automation, we need to familiarize with one of the programming language. That one of the programming language, what we have choose Python. Why only Python? Python. Usually everyone knows that Python is a familiar nowadays, and also why everyone choose this language is nothing but it's simpler syntax. Okay, for that everyone is going to choose it. Okay, that's it. Before starting with this Python itself, um, I would like to show you how to install this Python first. Okay, into the system. Let's go to the browser and just okay, go to this official website like Python org. Okay, here itself we'll get the. I mean, when we go to the downloads. Here itself, we can click on this button so that it will be installed. I think installation process is not even a difficult one. So I'm going to skip this. Just I will show you this. I mean, from the official website, you can download it. Okay, once you download, it's fine. And also, apart from this, you need to code it right. For that, you need to use PyCharm editor, PyCharm or Visual Studio Code, whatever it might be. If you're comfortable with PyCharm or if you're comfortable with mm, Visual Studio Code means anything is fine. Okay. So for the demo, I mean for the sessions, I'm going to download this PyCharm. Yeah, if you see here, it's the JetBrains. JetBrains is having this download PyCharm. You see here itself, we have uh, yeah the .exe file itself. You can download. Okay. Once it's downloaded, you can install it. No issues. Okay. Yeah, and also we have uh, pro editions, also community editions. Better you use normal community edition, not a licensed tool. Okay. So that just the prerequisites for to learn coding, to learn Python coding, you need to install this Python as well as editor, a code editor, PyCharm. Okay. Once it's done, once it's done, I'm going to show you this Python editor. Okay, this is how it looks. Okay, once it's done, we need to configure the interpreter. Okay, if you see here itself, okay, I'll show you when we go to settings here. Okay, not under the tools. Yeah, if you see here under this project itself, we need to set interpreter. Interpreter is nothing but whatever we have in Python, right? If you see in my system, I have downloaded in D drive Python folder. Okay, D drive Python. There we have an executable file that we need to set as an interpreter. That's it. Okay. I mean, nothing like if you want to execute any scripts, if you want to execute any Java scripts, you need to download Java, right? In the same way, you need to download the Python application. Okay. Once you download it,
Sorry, sorry to
download.
interrupt. Like, what is interpreter? Like, what it does?
Actually, interpreter in the sense if you come to compiler and interpreter, okay, there is a lot of difference. Okay. Coming to the just a minute, please. Yes, sorry. Um, yeah, coming to this. Yeah, someone asked like, what is interpreter? The usual difference between interpreter and compiler is nothing but interpreter is nothing but it executes our entire code line by line in the runtime itself. Okay, this is the main difference between the interpreter and compiler. So what compiler does? Okay, it compiles all the code at once. Okay, if you write the Java code in 50 lines, okay, it will not directly go to the execution first. Okay, it will compile it and it will convert that to executable file. Okay, I mean in the Python, this interpreter doesn't do like that. There starts execution line by line. That's it. Okay, the main difference is that one. I hope it's understand. I mean, it's fine with you, right?
No, it's not clear actually. Like, what is the use of interpreter, and why do we choose this location path?
Oh, why do we choose? Okay,
Yeah,
suppose if you
this
want to
location path.
execute in, yeah, got it, got it. Why exactly I choose this path is nothing but just I have installed this Python. Python is nothing but an application, right? It supports Python language code to be executed. I mean, we need a Python environment first. Okay, for that, we'll come here and we'll download, right? While downloading itself, uh, that whatever it might be, that file or folder, something it will be, right? Once we need to install it. Okay, where I have installed is nothing but if you see here in the D drive itself. Usually, whenever you try to install it in C drive, program files or program files, cross 86, there itself the applications, all the applications will be installed, right? In the same way, my Python application was installed in the D drive, D disk. That's it. Okay. Using this application only, we will be able to execute the Python scripts. So that I need to choose an interpreter. No? You're getting right? Interpreter is nothing but again, you consider it as an application. You need to choose a Python application where it has been installed. For that sake, I've been choosing this. Okay. Why I have chosen is for this. You're getting right? That's it.
Yeah, okay.
Once we choose this exactly, we need to apply the changes because I haven't moved to other location. No? So the apply is not highlighting. Just click OK. Once it's done, let's, let's start with the basic program. Okay. Let me create. Let me create one directory. Okay, it's nothing but day1. Okay. Inside this day1, I would like to create one Python file. Okay. You can create a file by giving an extension dot by else. Okay. Else in this directory itself. Coming directly, right click the Python. It doesn't take an extension. Okay. Suppose sample program first. Okay. Just a sample program. It's an empty file. Okay. Basic program. Basic program in the Python is nothing but just we need to print something. Okay. This print, what you usually do in Python itself, we have a lot of inbuilt functions. Inbuilt functions. Okay. In the functions. Okay. It is highlighting as code error, right? To eradicate this, I don't want to write here first. Okay. Let me create one file, just a text file. Okay. Function dot txt. Okay. In text file, I'm going to write. Python has its own inbuilt functions. What are those? Just I'm giving an examples like print. Okay. Length. I mean length. Okay. Some kind of inbuilt functions. We have a lot of inbuilt functions. Okay. Using this print, we're going to print something in the console. That's it. Print. Or we're going to do just print accepts string. If you see it is related, it will accept only string object. That means string is nothing but it will enclose between the double quotes or single quotes. Okay, whatever the thing you want, you can do. Okay, better to use single quotes. I want to print like the very basic program is nothing but hello world, right? That's it. Once it's done, I want to execute it. Okay, just give a right click and try to run this or try to run the file in Python also. Anything is fine. Okay, just I want to run this file, run sample file, right?
Excuse me, the voice is breaking a lot and it's not clear, and we are not able
Yeah,
to understand
yes,
anything.
yeah, correct. I agree.
Is it?
Yes.
Is just a minute, just 1 minute. I hope I'm audible now clearly. Is it better now
Yeah,
Yes,
it's
better.
better.
or still the same? Okay, okay. I think some network issue at my side. If you feel something discrepancy means let me know, guys. Okay. No, is that fine or shall I repeat once more? Just
You can
nothing.
repeat it again.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Usually in the Python itself, just we are starting with the basic program is nothing but just we are printing hello world. Hello world is nothing but it was enclosed between the strings. Again, string is an object in the Python. Okay, it stores a it stores the characters. Okay, whatever the characters might be. If you see just inbuilt functions, we have a lot of functions, right? Whatever it might be, print or length of the string, you can get it, and some or index. Like that, we have a lot of inbuilt functions. Okay, using this print as an inbuilt function, we are printing it one string. Okay, if you see, this is the one. Just and also, if I would like to print something else, like print welcome all. Okay, now I'm going to execute these two instructions. Right, if I execute this file, these two instructions will be executed. First, the hello world sequential, right? First, hello world, next, welcome all. If you see between the single quotations I have enclosed, second one I have enclosed with double quotations. Suppose if you don't want this line to be executed, means you can remove this line, else we have a single line comments. Single line comments is nothing but we need to use hash. That's it. Okay, that's it. Let me save the file. Now, if you see, this first line will not be executed because you have commented this instruction. Okay, I'm going to execute this. Now, if you see the welcome all, only this has been executed. I hope I'm clear now, and also voice is fine, right? Could someone confirm?
Yeah, yeah, it's good now.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Yeah, this is the one usually. And next, coming to the Python basics. Python basics in sense. Okay, first we need to come to the basics. Okay, what are the basics? Usually, I mean, you need to know what were the variables first. Okay, what were the variables? And next, you have many things. Just let me go to the PowerPoint presentation so that you will get to know. Okay, this is the agenda. I mean, you need to uh, be aware of this introduction to Python as well as what are the variables and data types, what are the operators and mathematical operators. Conditional statements is nothing but you need to choose. I mean, based on the condition, our code will be flown. Okay, like this, and also loops. Coming to the loops is nothing but iterations. Okay, coming to this functions are nothing but uh, it holds a block of instructions. Okay, you can call this function n times. Okay, there is no. I mean, you can call this function anywhere of the code. Instead of duplicating the code, instead of duplicating the instructions, you can copy those instructions and you can save it in single function, and you can call the same function 2 or 3 times. Due to this, the code will be minimized. I mean, like this, okay? We have data structures, file handling, exception handling, oops, okay, modules and packages, libraries, and many things. Okay, coming to the introduction. This is nothing but high level and interpreted general purpose language, okay, created by Rosum. Okay, like this. And coming to these variables and data types, variables is nothing but just it will store the data. Okay, the data might be of any data type. Okay, coming to the data types again, if you see here, numeric. I mean, in the numbers, we have many data types like integers, floats. Float is nothing but integer. Okay, if you see integer, I'm giving here itself the example first. Okay, just integers is nothing but 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma so on. Okay, -1 is also an integer. 0. Okay, next coming to the float. Okay, coming to the float, what was the float values? Float values is nothing but decimals. Okay, 2.567 like this. Okay, and next 10.0. 10.0 is also a float. Okay, because the dot zero, even there is no value to this dot zero, it will consider as a float because we have given such expression. Okay, next string. String is nothing but a characters, group of characters. Okay, group of characters which will be enclosed between, I told right, between single quotes or between double quotes. Okay, between single quotes you can write something like string itself I'm writing, and next between the double quotes also you can write like string. This is the one. Okay, boolean is nothing but true or false. That's it. Okay, true or false. In the same way, these are the data types. I mean, complex data types. Okay, we can deal with in. I mean, we can deal all these in next classes. Okay, next we have operators. I mean, just wait. This is nothing but a highlight. Okay, what we'll be learning first. Let's go to the programming world now. Okay, we need to know what exactly the variables, right? Coming to this, coming to this sample file, we have completed the basic program, right? Next, what we are going to do, variables topic. Okay, just I'm going to declare a variable named as var. Okay, and I'm going to assign a numeric value as 1. Okay, this is the assignment of numbers. And next I have variable 2, where 2 equals to something like float I want to give 3.3. This is one more thing. And next, what else we have? What else the data types we have? I'm going to have some other variable name like mm, something like a. A is a variable. Okay. What it is going to store? It is storing a boolean. Boolean type true. And next, what else we have? B as false, something like that. Okay. Next, variable C we have. It is storing some strings. String is nothing but let it be Isha. Okay. These are the things. How we are going to store the variables. I mean, how we are going to store the values into the variables. And also coming to these variables, every variable is an object again. Python is completely object-oriented program. Everything we deal in the Python is nothing but objects. Okay. Now, if you want to print anything, means just using this print. Okay, print is nothing but a inbuilt function, built-in function. Okay. Now here you want to print some value. Okay, I want to print C means you can print it. Okay, now I'm going to execute it. If you see here in this entire code, we have how many print statements we have? 1, 2, 3. But this got commented at the first line. So we have only two print statements. So when I try to execute now, it will print this entire string. Okay, and also it will print C is nothing but variable. Variable is holding a value Isha. So we'll print this Isha. Okay, I'm going to execute it. Now if you see, welcome on, and also see Isha. I hope it's clear, right? With the variables.
Yes, clear. Can proceed.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, fine. And next, coming to the variables. Now, suppose, just a brief example for loop. Okay. Suppose I have given you a task like I want you to print Isha 10 times. How can you do that? Just you don't know many things. I mean, if you're new to the programming world, what we do usually, just we'll copy this instruction and paste multiple times. Right. This is what we do. Suppose if you are not aware of looping structures means, okay, how many times I'm going to print here the variable C, if you see, 4 times we're going to print. So let me execute just, okay. If you see, we're executing 4 times the same thing. Suppose, I mean, for loops can be discussed in next classes, but just for that purpose, I'm going to tell you the for loop syntax, how it will be is nothing but just, okay, for, and also here you need to give a variable name, some kind of variable name you need to give it, okay. And next, using this in operator, okay, you can give like range. What will be the range? Range takes two parameters, lower index as well as upper index. Okay, suppose if I want to execute, I mean, suppose if I want to print this variable C at least 10 times means, okay, the lower index, okay, I'll give as lower index, okay, comma, upper index. Okay, this is what. And next, once we finish this instruction, you need to give colon. After, okay, Python will expect indentation. Okay, what is an indentation? Again, indentation. Usually, when you write some code between blocks means what you need to do. I mean, suppose in the Java language means suppose you are writing a for loop. Okay, suppose if you want to write multiple instructions inside this for loop means you will start with the curly braces, right? And between this, you will write the code. You're getting right. In the same way, if you want to write any statement inside the for loop means you need to give an indentation. Indentation is nothing but four spaces, four spaces or a tab space. Okay, tab space is nothing but a tab key on the keyboard. Okay, this is how we need to follow. Okay, we need to follow this. And next, once it's done, I'm going to give a tab space. That's it. Here I want to copy this statement. That's it. Instead of writing the code in 10 lines, just we have finished in the 2 lines itself. Okay, this is what we need to implement here also in the code. I have given you the syntax. Okay, coming to here, how to use this for loop. I mean, we have various techniques also. No issues. I'll tell you how to use the for loop in detail also. Coming to after for, give a space, and we need to give variable name. What was the variable name here first? Let it be I. Okay, some kind of iterations for I in range operator. What was the range? I want to execute, I want to print this 10 times from 0, comma 10. Okay, from 0, comma 10. Print. What was the variable we are printing? We are printing C. So I'm going to give this C. Okay. Now here I don't want this all. So I'm going to comment all this using control and question mark. Okay. It will comment all the lines at a single time. That's it. I'm going to save the script. Now if you see, I'm going to execute the script. If you see, Isha has been printed 10 times. Using this for loop, what we have achieved, if you see, we have reduced the lines, I mean, coding lines. The Main purpose of this is, I mean, in this scenario, the main purpose is to reduce the code. Okay, that's what. And next, if you want to print the variables also, you can print one by one, whatever it might be. Suppose if you want to print all these means, print where, comma, instead of using a multiple print statements in the same single print statement, you can give variables. Okay, where to, and next comma a, comma b. Okay, I don't want this to be executed now, so I'm going to comment this control question mark. Okay, that's it. And also I don't want to use this, so again I'm going to comment this. Okay, I'm going to minimize it. I'm going to execute now. What was the print statement? This is the only print statement in the entire code. So now if I execute it, you see 1 comma 3.3 and true false in a single line you have printed. That's it. Okay, suppose if you want to print in next line means it will take to it, I mean it will take to a next line. Okay, suppose if you are trying to print this where1 where2 a comma b, again if you want to print again b means, but in the next line means like this you will get. Okay, yeah, that's the motto of this. And next, what else we have?
Excuse me.
Mm-mm.
Like
Yeah, sure.
the indentation, like where all
Mm.
it will be used in Python? So only for the
Python,
loops
I
or
mean, not only loops, whatever
okay?
the things, I mean, conditional statements. Okay, conditional statements in the sense where you exactly use the indentation is, it will be used for loops, as you told, for while loops, and next for if clauses. I mean, not only if, inside elif, inside else. Okay, and next, what else we have? User-defined functions. We can write a user-defined functions using the keyword def. For this also you need to do. Okay, and next, what else we have? That's it. Okay, that's it. For
May
all
I know
this, you
what?
need to follow indentation. Yeah,
So may I know what is a user-defined function is?
user-defined function is nothing but how can I tell you? Yeah, okay. Suppose if you see, I mean, we have a default functions also. Default functions. How can it? User-defined function is nothing but suppose you want to uh, do a mathematical operation. Okay, something like add. If you want to add two numbers, okay. Suppose if you want to add two numbers, just you'll store in a variable C and you'll add two variables, right? And if you want to print this, you can print it. I mean, just a minute. After a plus b, I'm going to new line. I mean, it follows indentation by default because you are using a code editor now, it follows it. Print inside print, you are giving C. And next, if you see here, what was a plus b? You haven't defined a plus b anywhere. I mean, suppose if you see here, we have defined, I don't want this. Instead of a plus b, I'm going to use x plus y. Okay, x plus y. If you see x, it is showing in red color. If you clearly observe, it is showing in red color because it was not even defined anywhere. Okay, so that at least you need to define outside the definition or you need to pass as a parameter. Okay, so I'm going to pass this parameter as x, comma, and we need to pass one more parameter y. Okay, just I want to call these two lines of code every time. For that sake, we'll use these functions. Okay, I have completed writing a small function like just to add two numbers. Okay, now I want to call this. How can I call? Using this function name, I need to call it. Okay, not inside the function, outside the function. I mean, we need to get back to the indentation. I mean, again, just okay. Now I'm going to call this function add, which is expecting x as a parameter, y as a parameter. Right? What was the x? Suppose I want to add two numbers like 10, comma 100. That's it. Okay. What usually do? 10 will be stored in this X, and next 100 will be stored in this Y variable Y. Next, we are adding those two numbers. Again, the result of this we are going to store in C. We are printing that C. That's it. Okay, now if I execute the code, that's it. Okay, and next, instead of uh, you can call once more. How can you call? But this time not only 10 and 100. I want to add 100 comma 500. Okay, just observe this. The same code can be utilized number of times. The purpose of these definitions, functions, is nothing but instead of duplication of code, you can copy that snippet. You can copy that snippet and save it in a single function, and you can call anywhere in your entire code. This is what exactly we use. Okay, this is what the definition is. Functions. You're getting right?
Yeah, yeah, I got it. Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I have one doubt. Like
Hmm.
in for loop, what is I and how it works?
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, can I sure. If you see, I don't want this now. Instead of commenting these three lines, just we do I don't want to call. That's it. Okay. This doesn't impact in our code because until and unless you call this function, there will be no impact due to these three lines of code. Okay. So that I'm not even commenting also. Okay. Now someone asked like, what was the variable I? Right. If you see here, I is nothing but I ranges between 0 comma 10. Okay. So at first iteration, 0 dumps into this I. And next, after completion of the sequential statements, instructions inside this for loop. Inside this for loop, how many instructions we have? Just only one instruction. Once finished this execution, again it will come to the for loop and it will increase the number by 1 because from 0 it will be 1. Suppose here, what we are exactly printing here? We are printing a constant string. Instead of this, I want to print this variable. Just observe this in this. Okay. Every iteration, this variable I will be keep on changing. Okay. It varies from 0 to 10. 10 is nothing but again, if you see, uh, this is not including. Okay. Upper index will not be included. That means it ranges from 0 comma 1 comma 2 comma till 9. The upper index alone it will be excluded. So that from 0 to 9 means nothing but 10 numbers only. You're getting right? Just let me execute now. What was I? If you see, I ranges from 0 to 9. 0 to 9 is also, again, again, if you combine all 0 to 9, it will show you 10 numbers only. Suppose if you want to start from 1 means, okay, then, and also you need to print 10 times means. If you're starting with 1 means, the end index will be, upper index will be 11 because 11 will be not included. Lower to the 11 is nothing but 10. Okay, that means instead of 0, you're starting from 1 and ending to 10. Right. So I don't want to print these two statements also. Let me execute now. Now if you see from 1 it started and to the 10. Here I is a variable. Okay, I is a variable means it is continuously changing its values because it is ranging between two numbers. Okay, now it's
Okay, I got this point, but I have another doubt. Like at this point, like why it is printing like Isha instead of 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Like if we are printing print C, then why it is printing like Isha 10 times? Because
okay.
it should print 1 to 10, na?
Yeah, yeah, I got it. Because this variable, I is a different variable and C is a different variable. Okay, here you are printing variable I, which is storing numbers between this range. Okay, if I want to print C means, what is C storing? Just it is storing Isha. That's it. This print statement you are iterating 10 times. Okay, if you want to print both means just give I comma C. Okay, one Isha, two Isha, three Isha, like that it will print. Okay, one Isha, two Isha, three Isha, four Isha. I mean here C is a constant in this for loop. C is not even changing. But variable I is keep on changing because it is ranging from 1 comma 11. I hope it is clear now.
Yeah, it's clear a bit now. Yeah.
Okay, okay. Yeah, okay. I mean, when we start few small programs, then you'll be clearly understanding. Okay, just give me a minute.
Okay.
Let me click charge. Yeah, any more doubts, guys?
No, we can proceed.
Yeah, okay, no issues. And also here itself, I mean, I want to discuss about more about variables today, but we went to for loops and also uh, user-defined functions. Okay, no issues. Now, after this variable C, if I want to assign the value 10, okay, suppose if I want to assign the value 10 to at least four variables, what we will do usually, here my task is nothing but I want to assign number 10 to four variables, different variables. How usually we do? A equal to, I don't want to start with A. Let me start with some kind of M equal to 10, comma, sorry, no need comma, M equal to 10, N equal to 10, element O equal to 10, comma, sorry, I don't want comma here. Okay, P equal to 10. Okay, if you see, we are assigning the same value to four different variables in four different lines. But Python has a flexibility, like in a single line, you can do this. How? I'll tell you. M equal to N equal to O equal to P. After this, you need to assign the value 10. You're getting right? Why it is showing in this color? Redeclared. We have redeclared the same number again. So I don't want these to be here. Okay. I've shown you the exact purpose now, sir. I'm going to comment this. If you see, now everything is fine. Suppose now just I want to print what M variable is storing. Okay. I don't want to execute this. So I'm going to comment it. Let me minimize this. Okay, here. The multiple assignment. Okay. Let me run this. If you see M is also storing 10. If you want to check what O is storing or P is storing also, you can check it. 10, 10, 10. Assigning the same value to the multiple variables. You're getting right? Suppose, suppose if you want to assign different values to different variables, this also might be a task, right? How can you do this? In the same way, M equal to 10, here M equal to 20, here O equal to 30, P equal to 40. Different values this time. How it might be now? Okay, M comma N comma. First, I'm declaring variables. I'm not assigning any values. M comma N comma O comma P. Okay, we are redeclaring now. So it is highlighting. So I want to comment this line. I mean comment this instruction. Now I'm declaring the variables in sequential order. For M, I'm going to assign 10, next variable 20, next variable 30, next variable 40. Now I would like to print only O just to check whether the assignment is correct or not. What is exactly O is storing? If you see first, second, third in this instruction, O variable is at third place. And what was the value for this 30? So it should print 30. Okay. Okay, no issues. We are printing once more also. No issues. Yeah, this is 30. And also if you see MOP is showing 10, 30, 40 because we have skipped this N. No, if you want to add this N also, you can add. So now I'm going to execute it. Yeah, 10, 20, 30, 40. You're getting right?
I have a doubt. So here,
Mm-hmm.
while declaring the variables,
Mm-hmm.
so the data types, specifying the data types is not required here in Python.
No,
How
no,
is
no.
it?
We no need to explicitly specify the data types. The Python language itself, it will take care of. But
Okay.
you, we should know. We should know. Okay. 10 is an integer. We know, right? Suppose if you give some kind of dot and if you give some numbers, mean it will be a float. Okay. But internally, it will be uh, dealing with the same. Okay. We no need to explicitly specify. If you want to specify also, you can. No issues. Okay. And now, what else?
Sir, uh,
Yeah, please.
yeah, I just have a doubt. Like, can you show that user-defined thing which you have done, like automatic operate?
Automatic.
User-defined, yeah. So
Yeah.
can't we declare? I mean, this add 10 comma range. This is there, right? Lower range and upper range. This. Oh, sorry. I think this 10 plus 10 comma 100 and all. Can't we define
Mhm.
these in that definition def function
Yeah,
like
you can
user?
define. You can define.
Okay.
Just if you want to copy this snippet, okay, I'll show you just for a purpose. Okay, now here I don't want to add. Okay, I'm going to comment these two instructions, just these two lines. Okay, what this exactly is doing? Suppose if you see here X and Y were not even highlighted because these variables were not even using inside this block of code. So there is no need of this. Suppose if you want, you can do. Okay, but in this case, it doesn't require itself. Okay. Now if you see inside this function, what we are exactly doing, just we are printing the variables. That's it. Okay. What was the C? Okay. How does C? C is nothing but we have declared outside the function. If you see, C is Asha. Sorry, Isha. Okay. Now if you want to call this function, how can you do? Add, and it is not expecting any parameters also because you have defined the function without any parameters. No? That's it. Now, if you run this example, 1 Isha, 2 Isha, 3 Isha, 4 Isha. Okay, just inside this, the block of code, whatever it might be. You can use if clauses, you can use while loops, you can use for loops, you can add it, you can subtract, whatever the operations. Any instruction we can write inside the definition. Okay.
Sir,
Mm.
Dinesh sir,
Yeah.
I have one doubt in this. So in the for
Yeah.
loop, we are following the syntax, right? Range 1 comma 11.
Mm,
So
mm. Yeah, exactly.
actually it's a condition, right? Like the I equal to 1, it should be less than 11. That is the condition, right? Actually, the what we are.
Yeah, 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 exactly. Good. Yeah.
So, sir, is it a fixed syntax like we should give 1 comma 11 instead of 1 comma 11? What if we give just 11? It will take default from, I mean,
Yeah,
init,
exactly. Good question. If you doesn't give lower index means it will
yeah.
take as 0 as a default. I will show you this. I
Oh,
will show you this.
okay.
Just if you click control on your keyboard and just hover on this means it will
Mm-hmm.
take you to the inbuilt function files. Okay, I'll show you this. If you see built-in functions, if you see
Okay.
here, I mean here they will not even show you the code, just the purpose. Okay, will not. You see self comma stop. I mean the only upper index. It is expecting only upper index.
Oh,
This is not exactly this. Just a minute. This is the range. It is expecting an object. Integer return number of occurrences value. Yeah. what I exactly said is nothing, but here there is no clear definition. If you see, yeah, if you see range, you can give a stop, directly stop. If you doesn't give start means it will take as zero. Okay,
Okay.
that also let's discuss. If you doesn't give range from one means, okay, if you doesn't give lower index means,
It will
it
take the
starts with zero,
default
no?
0. Okay.
Yeah, it will start with zero, no? 0, comma, 1, comma to 10. I mean, total
So
11 numbers.
yeah, so if we print
If
I in this case, so it will be like 0 to 10, right?
ex- exactly.
Yeah, I understood.
Let me see.
Okay.
Let me execute also. Yeah, 0 Isha and ending 10 Isha.
Okay.
Okay. And one more thing I have recollected when you said if you doesn't give, you can give the incremental operator also. I mean, suppose I want to start from 0. Okay. The
Mhm,
end index is 11. If I want to give third index as 2 means, okay,
mhm.
at first iteration it will be 0. Variable I will be 0. Next iteration usually it will be 1, right?
Yes.
It will increase only 1 by 1. No? But now you
Okay.
have specified the incremental operators. I mean, at second time it will add with 2, not with 1. Okay, 0.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
what will be the index values now? If you see, it ranges from 0, comma, 2, comma. Again, 2 will be added
So
with 2, no? It will be 4, 6, 8. Suppose if you give 3 means, what it will be?
it will be
Just a couple
0,
seconds.
3,
Yeah, comma, 3, comma,
6, comma 9,
6,
comma
9, comma, 12. 12 is going beyond
greater
the
than 11.
index you
Yeah, yeah.
specified. So 12 is not included in this range. So
So,
let me execute now. Only
what if you
these
can
four
add
iterations will be
one
open.
more argument? What if you add one more argument? One more
No. That doesn't take.
tax error.
It
Okay.
will throw an syntax error. Exactly. Let me execute now. 0 Isha, 3 Isha, 6, 9. Okay, these four values.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, because these fundamentals are more important when we start this Selenium with automation. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, good doubt. Thank you. Next, anyone having doubts to be clarified? Because in every class, last 5 to 10 minutes, we can uh, discuss regarding the doubts. Not only on the day class. If you have any doubts in the previous class, also we can discuss. Like that, if you have a sessions means it will be good. Anything else, guys?
Can you help us to download the Python as well as PyCharm during the classes?
Yeah. Okay. In this class itself, you want to download it. Okay, no issues.
Not in this class. So
Huh? Okay.
any particular class.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Sure. I'll be helping.
okay, okay, thank you.
Suppose if you face any problem in the installation, means I'll help you.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Just only the Python application setup as well as PyCharm. Not only PyCharm. Okay. I doesn't recommend PyCharm, but if you want, you can use PyCharm as well as Visual Studio Code, whatever it might be. Okay. Mm, if there is nothing, means we can wind up the call for today. As if you people having doubts, also we can discuss it.
So just out of curious, I'm asking what are the topics we're
Mm.
gonna cover tomorrow?
Tomorrow, based on the velocity of the class, I couldn't tell you. But if you see the PowerPoint presentation, if you see, we have covered variables. Inside variables, we have stored the numbers. We have stored Boolean values. We have stored strings. Next, we can start with, using these numbers, we need to do mathematical operations. Okay. How can we
Okay.
add two numbers or three numbers or multiple numbers? Okay. What is a division? What is an integer division? What this indicates? Okay. What is, w- uh, I mean, what was this and what was this operator does? Everything we can clearly discuss. Okay. because the mathematical kind of operations is more important in programming. Yeah. Yeah. Tomorrow we can discuss. If we complete early means we can go to the conditional statements also. Okay. Because if we go, I mean, if we speed up at this Python means we might face difficulties in coding while doing the Selenium automation. So that I'm going slow, little slow. If everyone, I mean, if everyone was at the intermediate stage of this Python means I can speed up, but everyone should understand it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And
Understood.
also Selenium doesn't require complex coding also, but we need to know the fundamentals for sure. That's it. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. And also, if possible, uh, try to sign up in the Hacker Rank or Hacker Earth platforms and just try to start your coding skills. I mean, try to know at what stage you are. Okay, every day or sometime when you get some time. Okay. Hmm. What else you have to do? If nothing else means we can wind up the call, guys. I'm going to stop the sharing. If any doubts also, no issues. I'm ready to help. Let me stop the recording.